Tell me when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leaving high? You always said that I've let you down so many times, but now you see that all I ever did was try to get your attention for just one little loving word, but now I'm gone and our bridge is about to burn. I don't have to like you, but I love you. You're my flesh and blood. I don't have to like you, but I care of what you're thinking of. I don't have to like you, but I'd miss you if you went away. Oh, please tell me you love me before I fade away. I don't have to like you, but I love you. You're my flesh and blood. I don't have to like you, but I care of what you're thinking of. I don't have to like you, but I'd miss you if you went away. Oh, please tell me you love me before I fade away. Here we go. We just stepped into the ring again, toe to toe. Tell me when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leave it high?
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day
From the latest scoop around town,
to feel-good stories and messages of hope,
a few jokes and live calling,
highlighting local businesses,
discussing hot trends and news stories.
a dash of feel-good nostalgia,
I love those morning cartoons,
keeping up with upcoming events,
sometimes trying a delicious foods,
weekly horoscope updates,
an occasional flying duck.
some sparkle dust,
Don't forget my bell,
and my wand.
with our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow, comment live, or call right into the show at 888-994-4995, Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time snooze button.
Welcome to the brunch show. No more the morning show.
We tried changing some soundboards and changing some things, and it is what it is. Good morning to you.
Did you get the wine?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
Yes, you
Multitasking at its best.
Good morning to everyone.
Morning
I
to you.
gotta
Happy
tell you,
Tuesday.
I gotta tell you, yesterday was a very interesting day. We got some interesting things that we got accomplished.
I was
yesterday.
tired last night.
Well, we did a lot.
I think I slept through the whole night.
I think we're gonna have some new live action coming to the studio, which is gonna require everybody in here to take a step to the right, because new stuff is coming.
New stuff is coming?
Okay, to the right.
New stuff is
Some
coming.
new editing opportunities. We're going to talk to you guys all about that off air later on.
But I'm excited to say it's working. Shocked.
You are so shocked. You're so funny. Don't click it. Don't do it. I did it. Fine. I'll make a call. Oh, do you like what I got? I'm like, yeah.
First of all, don't take it out of context. There was 100.
We got
things
it down to
pick.
10.
You get it down to 10, and the first 3 I didn't like, and we popped all 3 of them.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, at least we got a yes.
Yes, at least we got a conversation going.
So now we're gonna find out. Okay, you do that again.
keeping
I'm
you
gonna
awake,
put you in
Bailey?
your car. I'm gonna put you in your car. Either go get some coffee or go sit in your car. That's gonna be your choice.
Oh.
Anyway,
'Cause you're
happy
making me
Tuesday
nuts
to
with
you.
that noise.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're a little late. We got some new equipment things, but we got that worked out. Apparently, Baxton's talking to his chicken.
Yeah, what the hell is
That's
that?
Gloria.
Gloria.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
How many?
Gloria
What?
is
Oh,
my new
Two.
just
friend. I am going to buckle her up. When I drove here this morning, I buckled her up in the front seat with me. She's gonna be like my new partner. Cause like, if this is strange, I get sad when I'm driving alone sometimes. So now, whenever
not
I'm driving
Gloria.
alone, I buckle Gloria up in my front seat, and I can talk to her. I can already feel the people from the loony bin knocking on the door to try to take me away.
Freddie used to have a partner who had a blow-up doll in his front seat also. Fact. Do you remember we had that conversation? He would drive in the HOV lane with a blow-up doll. You do remember that conversation. It's when I met
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, I don't know what she's talking about.
He was one funny
I
man.
want to know more. I'm so curious right now. Like, where'd you get a blow-up doll? Why do you have a
It
blow-up
wasn't
doll?
Freddie, it
This
was
is
his
his
partner.
partner.
His partner?
That was one of your ex-wives?
No.
Mayora says that's a little nefarious.
There was a, you're talking about Les?
Oh, I was going to remain nameless, but yes.
Les was very proud of the fact. that in the
What's
day,
Les?
you had to have
His
2
ex-partner.
people go into
You
the-
named it Les?
No,
That's
his
the
name.
name of the guy.
His partner had the doll.
Yeah. So Les used to drive with a doll.
Like LESS?
Yeah. He used to drive in the doll in the HOV lane, and he needed a doll. So he went and he put a wig on a blow-up doll.
He thought the police wouldn't realize that it was a doll because you needed 2 people or more to drive in the HOV
So-
line in the fast lane.
And it takes a picture of you also.
Do you
Now it
think?
does. It
So it's Freddie and the
Do you
blow-up doll.
think this would work?
He says you're too close to the mic.
Do you think this would work?
What works?
No, I don't think a
If I
chicken counts as a
buckled up
person.
A chicken.
No.
Could I ride?
Clear-
the
no, it's
HOV
clearly
I don't
lane?
A
think
chicken.
a chicken constitutes
How
a
about
person.
if I put a wig on the chicken?
No.
No. But more of a question is how did you come up with the name Gloria?
How'd you come
I
up with a
don't know.
chicken and not a crocodile?
Oh, okay.
Hold the mic so close.
I am probably one of the most impulsive buyers you will ever meet.
That's not
No.
impulsive, that's psychotic.
You just told me what your credit card bill was last month.
You don't want to know.
And I heard
heard.
you say it, and I'm like,
We
wow.
heard. What is
What?
wrong with you?
What could you spend that much money on?
No. I wasn't talking about my credit card. I got hacked.
Oh, okay,
and
that's
and the
different.
hacker spent $8,000 on my credit card.
Oh, I thought that was
Anyway,
you.
hold
No.
on, hold on. Okay, now you brought up a good topic. I want to know when you guys are driving on the road, like everybody went home, right? Home is not in,
I mean for
Okay.
spring break.
yeah, for spring break. So did you guys run into any stories on the way to your destinations? Like if you took a plane, a train, a car,
Bless
you.
anything
Bless you.
spectacular happened? I swear to God, I'm gonna put you in the trunk of your car.
Which one?
Planes, trains, automobiles.
It's hilarious.
Is it?
The most funniest thing. And I got a DVD of Scarface. Anybody here ever seen the movie Scarface?
I heard of it.
I have it. If you guys want it, I
Josh
have it
likes
in the
it.
car. I got a bunch of movies in the car that I found. as we were
Apparently
filming.
he's moving, so he's cleaning out his house. He's bringing everything here.
That ain't
Do you know?
apparently.
Do you know my mother?
Are you moving in your car?
Same thing.
First of all, let me tell you something. I took these, handpicked these to bring them in because there's some interesting pieces in there that I know that there's creative minds.
Then let's
will
go through
like.
your car.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it in. It has Scarface movies.
It's right there.
I have a book. I have a book of the guy who helped plan the bomb in the World Trade Center.
What?
He was on my show. He was working for the FBI.
1989.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that this guy, they made them do the last section of the bomb naked. And he couldn't do naked because back in the day you had to wear a wire. And the wire was on his body. So he knew that if he ran to the toilet and he flushed it down the toilet. Because he knew that if they saw the wire, they would kill him. So he flushed it down the toilet and the FBI saw that he was off air. And he talked his way around it. So those groupings threw him out. They didn't let him finish the bomb because it was suspicious. But he did get a date. He got a month, not a date, a month. And he told the FBI, this is the month that it's going to happen. And sure enough, it did happen in that month.
Were they able to get in and stop it?
No, honey, it blew up in the basement, remember? That it was a van.
But there were two FBI bombs. There were two
There
bombings.
was two, this is the second
This was
one.
the second one. Okay.
And they didn't knock the building down. That's why they decided to go with buildings and with planes to get that building down.
So it's the point of view from the terrorist himself.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
pretty
book that he
cool.
gave me. It's made out to me. When he came to this radio station, he was in the witness protection program. And there was nothing but cops all over the building. I'll never forget Bob Moranci said to me, are you out of your mind? And the phones went out. All the phones were shut off by whoever. Comcast, I guess. So we didn't have any phones for that show.
It was a coincidence, right?
And he came and he said to me, Freddie, this is, the problem is not going to be terrorism in America. It's going to be USA terrorists in the country. You're going to have a problem with terrorists, domestic terrorists now. And he said this to me. And Linda was there, was part of the Freddie Fixer show. It was a good show. I'm going to tell you, not to toot my own horn, but I had him on twice. And the second time, the FBI called us and says, you can't have him on anymore. We're going to take care of that.
A good story, or not a good story, but a good I guess history lesson to read about is about the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and how we treated Japanese civilians during the times of World War II. I mean, we had our own concentration camps
In
basically
California,
for
yeah.
across the whole U.S.
Yep.
If there was Japanese Americans, we would send them into camps.
But you saw what happened when COVID hit. There were people in New York City that were
They felt the same way about anyone that was
Oriental,
Asian.
Chinese, Asian. And they were beating them up. And it's just ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was huge, and Chinese restaurants, Chinese food restaurants,
like-
Asian restaurants. They were being very discriminatory. That in California was terrible how they were treating people.
I heard about there's this granny in New York, and she was Asian, and these people just beat the living tar out of her in
Yeah.
New York
Yeah.
while she was like walking home from the grocery store.
There's your homegrown.
Domestic terrorism.
And
We're not accepting all
Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah.
And we were on the topic of bombing. I told you about how my mother was involved with the bombing of Centennial Park.
Well,
Yeah.
it was in Atlanta.
Yeah. And for the longest time, my sister is the one who is afraid of a lot of things scary, a lot of things horror, but she always had an interest in true crime, and we never understood why. Because she's not that kind of person. But then later on, we found out that when Eric Robert Rudolph was being convicted of all the crimes he done, my mother took her 5-year-old daughter to see it. So it was kind of like a missing puzzle piece. I just think it's interesting that, and like I understand why my mother did it, because it was to prove a point that not all people are good. Because Eric Robert Rudolph did not look like a bad person.
But you never realize the impact one situation can have on your child.
Yeah, and I mean,
That's what you don't
seriously.
realize because they're little. You don't understand what they remember, what's going to be a trigger, what's going to sink in. Jalen?
No, yeah, like true crime and stuff like that, and like criminals and people who commit like terrible things. They're just regular people, which is like the crazy part.
Scary.
You
Was
can
it-
pass them on the street.
Was
Yeah,
wasn't Ted Bundy like
A normal dude.
he was.
a congressperson?
No, 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 no.
Well, I thought he was in politics.
No.
I
But he
don't
was
think
a
so.
normal dude, except he ate your liver. And he killed you.
No,
Yeah,
he,
it's like
that wasn't
normal.
that wasn't
found
Ted
out-
Bundy.
I don't know the name of this guy, but he was called the Game Show Killer because he had killed multiple women.
All right, can we
And
change
then-
the subject and have a morning show, please?
And pretty
it's
much,
kind
hang
of-
on.
No.
It's kind of interesting.
I want to know what else is in your. I
And
want to
pretty
know what
much,
else is in your
he went on
car.
a game show.
No, it's
He went
kind of
on a game show called Take
The-
Me Out.
the biggest killer in my day when I was a kid was Mr. Softy killer. Ice cream, Mr. Softy.
Oh my God.
New York one. Is that a real guy?
Mr. Sam?
Sam.
Son of Sam?
Son of Sam.
Do you guys know Jack Newey?
No.
Jack, he's
But
been
like-
in here. You know
Well-
Jack? My friend Jack?
Yes, from Ion, South Florida.
Jack is a cop.
Jack Namer?
Jack
Did
Namer.
you know that?
Jack is a cop.
Did you know that before
Yeah, he
last
told me
week?
to keep it a secret, and then he's running around showing his badge. He was a cop. You know what case he worked on in Randall's Island?
What?
Son of Sam.
I
Yeah,
saw
but
his
like-
badge on Tuesday, and I thought, I certainly don't know half the people that we work with because they're one way on the outside, but on the inside, they've got all kinds of things going
Yeah.
on.
He worked on the Son of Sam case, and it's funny because I know the unit in Randall's Island was undercover. And you guys ever see Serpico?
No. But
The
I
movie?
remember one of the most horrifying cases I've ever heard about, and I don't think I'm ever
I
gonna
think
find
Baxter
a
missed the
case.
microphone while he was gone.
Is
Are you sure you don't like true crime?
I do love true crime. I am obsessed with one person. I'm not obsessed with him. That sounds bad, but I do research on him every once in a while. John Wayne Gacy. He
John
is
Gacy.
horrifying
Yeah.
because he's also known as the killer clown. Because he dressed up as a clown for children's birthday parties in his pastime.
Don't you remember the movie
And it's
It?
horrifying.
Remember the movie It?
Yeah.
It was based on
Anyone
John
afraid
Gacy.
of clowns?
No, I am.
Yes, I'm afraid of
horrified
all
You
my
are?
ex-wives.
Are you afraid of clowns? Are you afraid of anything like
Ex-wife.
ex-wife? She's not a clown,
No
though. There are
clowns.
people that are afraid of clowns. They're afraid of going to
I
the
am
circus.
horrified of clowns.
Let's go around the room. What's everyone's biggest fear?
Man
Okay, wait,
in the
before we
man
get
in
to
the
that-
tunnel.
Failure.
Before we get to that, today is Pi Day.
Pi Day.
Ah.
3.14159.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's go around the room. What's everyone's favorite pie?
Okay.
What's your
What's
favorite
your
pie?
favorite pie?
Who can do pie?
What's your favorite pie?
Chocolate.
Oh,
Chocolate pie?
Chocolate pie?
Okay,
even know there
we
was a
weren't
chocolate pie.
judging.
made like a Nutella pie. It was not bad.
Nutella? That's pure chocolate. man.
Oh, yeah, that.
Chocolate
Frank
hazelnut.
says-
Busy city.
Oh, that sounds good.
What's your favorite pie?
Frank says today's Pi Day. See you guys manana.
Who says?
Frank.
See you mañana, Frank.
What's your favorite pie?
My favorite pie, apple pie?
That's my favorite too. Apple, the best.
I've always wanted to try cherry pie.
No, apple's better.
I like apple and pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, but the pecans don't like me. What's your
getting
favorite
old.
pie?
You know what's really good? Nutella Hamantaschen.
There's so much
Judaism,
sugar, it
son.
leaves me
They
with
make-
a quiver.
It's just a small pie is all it is.
No,
Just
no,
have a
no.
spoonful of Nutella.
Have you had a Hamantaschen?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
You know, Purim was last week, and we did nothing
What's
for
Haman-
Purim
what
here.
is
When I
Hamantaschen?
went home, we made Hamantaschen. It's
What
funny
is
because
that?
it's
Haman's
basically
hat.
it's Haman's hat.
It's a triangle
Okay, that ain't
pastry.
helping
It's
me.
a triangle pastry filled with
Oh yeah, I had those.
So it's
Those are the
basically
Jewish cookies.
yes.
short.
That's what we call it.
It's
the
not a
Jewish
cookie, but okay. But
In my
basically,
house, that's what they call it. My mother says, I bought the Jewish cookie, and it was that little triangle thing with like a pineapple or something.
Yeah,
in
there's
it.
jelly in the middle of some sort.
Hey,
and we
seen
make
those?
Nutella ones.
ever
We
seen
use
those?
Nutella for
You
the
make
chocolate
Nutella?
ones.
I remember at one point, one of my best friends, he is Jewish, and at one point, this is probably one of the funnest experiences I've ever had. We made
Funnest?
homemade Hamantaschen. Homemade Hamantaschen.
I always
Is
had a
that
problem
thing
of
that
keeping
how-
them make it like a triangle.
Yeah,
Mine
you
would
like-
always
Whoa, whoa,
expand
whoa.
into
The-
circles.
You have
You
to
made-
get water.
We
made
made
them
like
at
the
the
fresh
school.
dough and
Jewish school.
You used to make them?
Yeah, we make masa.
You have to. You.
Yeah, they're three-dimensional triangles.
Are they 3D?
They're the best.
For jelly.
You make them?
I used to do a lot of things
What are
raising
you,
my
Indian?
kids.
You make them?
I gotta tell you, I actually,
make
when
'em?
I look back, because we're doing some stuff for the wedding, I saw all these pictures of all the things I actually did raise
You
my
make 'em?
children. My children were not raised
You
by
made
wolves.
some-
Why are you so surprised?
I know.
Period. She
didn't
did
know how to
it.
turn the
Bam.
stove on in her kitchen.
Women empowerment.
But back in the day when I actually was raising children and being a mom, I did all of these things. We made challah and hamantash.
Did
Hello.
you make that cookie thing? How come you never made, in all the years that I've
Okay,
known you,
let's
you've
not
never made one
judge.
cookie?
Would you like them?
I can't eat them now.
So why make them?
But not, because I want to see you make them. You're going to end up buying them and say you made them. My mother, ex-mother-in-law, may she rest in peace, called me one day at 6 in the morning. You have to come here, I have an emergency. So I ran up there to Yonkers thinking something was wrong. I want a cup of coffee and I don't know how to turn on the microwave.
Wow.
The microwave.
You know, push a button?
Oops. Hey,
Can you imagine?
Yonkers is a real city. Yonkers.
yes.
It's a cool name.
oh,
I used to live on the border of Yonkers. Mashula Parkway was there.
Did you ever
Those
wonder how
guys-
things get their names?
Did you see the sixth borough that was dancing? Those guys?
You wanna know what another real city? West New York, New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
she.
That's
Hey,
New
Don.
York City?
That's a real
That guy is it's upstate.
Hey, Don,
Those
when-
guys that were dancing, they had
Um,
a gig in West New York, New Jersey, and the guy was like, I don't know, I'm going to Jersey, West New York, I don't know, and that's a real place.
Hey, I don't know if you
Those
guys played
guys
this game
live in
before.
Mashua Park.
I don't know if you guys played this
Nasty
game
boy.
before. Like when we.
They were
Have you ever
saying-
played this game before? Like with the matzah when you were kids. Like
No.
What's the game? Hide the afikoman?
hide the matzah.
Yes, it's called Find the afikoman.
Oh, so that's what it's called.
Yes,
No one's ever told me the name of it.
it's a Passover
Do
thing.
you
yes.
know when I was down?
You get money. Everything we get money for.
I was
Yeah.
doing, I was doing a gig down at the farmers market, and for Easter
little
we have to hide
frogs.
the Easter egg. You know that thing? So they got mad at me
Lucky.
the second year because they said you got to do hide the matzah. I got to what? You got to do hide the matzah, but this is what they told me. So I did hide the matzah, and it was the chocolate coin.
And it melted. That's not
It
matzah.
was
though.
all over the place. No, I know, but it had a cracker. And I didn't know what a matzah was.
Have you ever
cracker
made
and
matzah?
chocolate.
It's actually pretty cool. We made matzah in elementary school one time, and it was like this whole thing.
They
Because
do
I went
that
to
here
Jewish
with the
elementary
Ch-
school.
They do that here with the Chabad, and it's like hard and
I'm not-
dry, and it's not even good, but they
I'm
do
not
do
going
it.
to
I
Chabad.
wouldn't.
Does it? All the teachers have to make the dough, and then we put the dough in front of the kids, and they just
Take forks and bang holes in it.
We have like 25.
And what do you do with it? You bake it?
Yeah, we bake it. We have ovens at the school, so we make it.
Oh,
We have
this
our matzah.
this wasn't matzah, but I used to do karate class.
What the hell does that have to do with matzah?
And pretty much they were all from different
Remove the battery.
So
parts in the world, and I think one of them was from Japan. And
So
he
now
had,
we're in Japan with matzah. Has nothing to do
no, it wasn't matzah karate. It has to do with hitting things. And every once in a while we would do this ceremony, and we'd sit down and we'd drink tea.
what is this ceremony?
No,
This sounds illegal.
And then everybody would go outside, and they
Me
would
too.
make this homemade, I don't know what it was, but it was like this rice flour that they take big mallets and hammers with. Mochi. And they pound the living daylights out of it with these
Mochi's a
big,
thing?
yeah. You don't like mochi?
I tried it over Linda.
And it was like homemade mochi with peanut butter and amazing.
So to make it glutinous, they have to pound it really thin because there's no actual gluten in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have stretch. So they have these big,
Big
hammers and they pound it.
All right,
Is
so
it
wait
like
a minute, wait a minute.
fondant?
It's like a mixture between like marshmallows and fondant.
Hold-
Okay, that's what
hold on
I
a
thought. It's
second.
just, you can't eat it.
They
It's
want to
not
make
good
it
for diabetes.
gluten free, so they beat the crap out of it. But
Because
it
it's
doesn't
hard.
have any gluten.
It is
If it doesn't have gluten, why do you have to make it gluten free?
gluten free. Gluten is what makes bread stretch. It makes it elastic. So to make it elastic, they beat the heck out of it, and it creates a gluten-like texture.
I was watching an Instagram about that over the weekend, this big green blob, and I kept throwing it. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm banging it. I'm thinking, you want to eat this? It's just, why?
My mom spent like 2 weeks trying to make it, so we learned all about it and then failed horribly.
And you're like, why? You can just buy certain things. I don't know.
It's amazing all of the stuff that you guys know and how little you guys cook.
I used to cook.
We're learning.
Teddy
When
cooked.
was the last time you cooked?
What do you mean? How little you guys cook?
I made dinner last night, by the
Hold
way.
on, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on. I just asked Teddy when was the last time she cooked.
Two
She
nights
said
ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 nights.
Or 2 nights ago.
I made
When's the
dinner
last time you
I cooked
cooked?
dinner last week. I mean, last night.
I think you cooked last month.
I made
What about you,
I made
Freddie?
dinner last night. I was thinking of you.
I don't cook. But I used
Exactly.
to-
So then
but
why
I
are you
used to-
judging her?
He eats out every
I
night.
used to cook every single day. And it's funny.
And you eat out
I
every
used to-
single night.
Yes, except for the weekend. Yeah, and then sometimes on the weekends.
Freddie, can I cook for you someday?
No.
Can I cook for you?
No.
Why?
You guys put too much sugar in stuff.
No, he's not bad.
I'm not bad.
I think he's a great chef. I just can't eat the food.
I can make it
You'll
keto.
be able to
Let
eat
me
it
put
today.
it to you this way. 5 raisins. 5 raisins is 3 points.
It's a lot of sugar.
4 grape. I can't eat it.
No?
You could have eaten what we made last week,
No, I can't, because I don't like celery.
huh?
That was
There,
Josh's
there,
peanut
there
butter
was
and
no
ham.
celery in it.
And it's on the log. That was
Oh, I meant to say the week when I was here with the watermelon salad.
I
with the
cannot eat watermelon.
What?
How do you like this?
Watermelon?
Natural.
is one of the fruits that I, as a diabetic,
Watermelon's one of the
cannot eat.
highest sugar fruit that you can eat.
crazy.
Okay,
Do
you know what?
a
Tell
banana
me,
has over 60 carbs?
You can have berries.
I can
Blueberries.
only have blueberries.
tell me what you like to eat, and on
Bro, at this stage of
Thursday,
the game,
and on
there ain't
Thursday, I will bring it to
Water.
you. Tell me
Water.
what you like to eat, and I'll bring it to you on Thursday.
Lemon water.
Josh wants Mike.
Can we make a fake windowsill? Okay.
What?
Make a fake windowsill,
pies on it?
and we'll make a homemade apple pie with cinnamon on top, and put it right there.
And this pipe
No
will
one,
smell in.
yeah, no one can eat
Why?
it.
Why a
one can
window?
eat
No one's allowed to eat it.
No. Why a windowsill?
Put shellac on it. Straight
Why-
Shellac.
I'm serious.
Shellac
Why a
is
windowsill?
substance that
Serious,
will keep
Freddie.
it forever.
What do you like to eat? And I will bring it to you, freshly made, on Thursday.
Very
I'm
close,
serious
though.
now. What do you like to eat?
Can I
I'll
propose
let you know
something?
if sight. I gotta think. Oh, you
we
got
have
more
a-
shells. Resin is shellac. They used to put shellac when I was in the construction business. You put it over plaster spots so it doesn't bleed the paint, but it is resin. So what you do is you spray that on, and it petrifies the food for about 3 weeks before it rots out.
Nice.
If he's gonna do that, you want to keep it in play, right?
Other restaurants in Chinatown still.
And they stay. They don't even rot out. They
I
just
think they
stay.
use sugar though. I don't think it's.
Well, now a lot of it's plastic, but they used
Yeah.
to do it.
You know what they did? When I went to Washington D.C., I went to Chinatown. They had ducks on the windowsill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Why?
Real
I got-
ducks?
I got some bad
Yes.
news. You go to China, they have dogs hanging upside.
No, they do not.
Look it up.
I have been to China.
I know-
I'm not.
Dog in China is a delicate. No.
Can we bring
Trust me.
back some
Monkey brains,
positivity?
Dogs and cats.
We're getting into really
monkey
weird,
brains.
gross topics.
Monkey brain.
In India, there's
That's
a guy.
why we have
How
COVID,
about
because
this?
they eat anything.
Oh,
They don't eat anything. I
They
take
eat
that back.
bats,
That's
too.
kind of messed up.
They eat bats.
What?
they eat
Can
bats?
we get away from the possibly stereotypical problematics?
Thank you.
Can we?
But it's no,
All right,
it's
no.
not the Chinese culture. It's called wet farms. Yeah, wet markets.
That's what they do.
I know, but they have these animals all caged in, hundreds of them in this tiny little cage, and that's how diseases are spread around in between each animal.
So I have a question for you guys. We had a client in yesterday and asked if we would be willing to travel with them abroad to film some conferences, as in
Where?
Where?
South America.
South America,
Yeah.
Colombia, Argentina, and Europe. Anyone interested? That we're going to fly us to go.
When?
I'd be up for it.
I don't know when. What
It's a
difference
more-
does it
it's
make
more of
when
a-
if you're not going?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
All right, you can stay here and run
You
the
say
studio.
run the studio.
We'll stay here and you can run the studio, and then we're.
You guys
we're
come
gonna go.
back and there's picture frames like half on the wall, half.
We'll probably shut it down for
You
a
staying?
week.
I would like to go, but am I staying and babysitting?
No, you're coming.
No.
Josh is coming.
Some
There are
of you
certain
guys
people
have
that
to
I'm not
come.
asking.
I
Yeah.
will come.
You're a wild card. We have to throw a dice.
We'll see which
I-
way the duck
I
flies.
do like
You-
your shoes today.
You probably would be a lot of fun on a trip.
I
Braxton.
am a travel king.
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm
I
a
can feel
travel.
that. We would
I
have
am a-
fun with Braxton.
I'm a travel
He
king.
would buy a hat in
Somebody
every
get
single
the
place.
attorneys on the line, because we may have to call the embassy to get them out.
The embassy.
Will she get a seat on the plane?
What do you
That's where
mean?
we're going, that's what she wants to
Oh
take.
my God.
Stay at Michael's Studio.
What? That's such
Anyone
a
have
messed up
passports?
thing. If I was
Passports,
sleeping,
anyone?
Not
I'd
with
probably
me.
panic and freak
It's
out.
in Houston.
You have a passport, that's
Why do you
good.
have your passport in Houston?
Well, I don't travel when I'm here, so
Well, what
I don't
are
know.
we
It's just
talking?
it's with my parents.
I'm surprised
They're holding
Dawn-
it hostage.
I'm surprised Dawn brought that up, because I thought he was kidding, but apparently he's not, so we're gonna
Well, if he is, it was a rhetorical question. If he's not, it was a real question.
I feel like he would be like Joey from Friends when he goes to London. That's what he would do. Like buy all the merch and buy all the. Have you guys not seen that episode of Friends when they go to
Watch
London
Friends,
for
I
the
don't
wedding?
watch Full House.
Okay, well then, whatever.
It's Friends with a Full House.
Thank you. Full House,
I
and
said-
Friends are two different,
I
absolutely
said
two
I
different
don't.
things.
I said I don't watch Friends. I only watch Full House.
What was I gonna tell you?
Excuse me.
Now, Teddy was on the phone with some of the contacts that we're making as well, and there may be some opportunities. But I did talk to Chanel yesterday, and that thing in San Francisco is taking legs. So somebody has to fly out to put that equipment together. Denver is on the docket, but they said that they would do it remotely. So far.
Well, they're putting
I
a
have to go.
bright line or high speed from Vegas to LA, I heard. 2 hours.
That's not gonna be for a couple of years.
Yeah,
It's coming.
I saw
Was it
that.
you who told me that?
It's a missile. It's a
Somebody
tube.
told me that.
It's a tubular, one of those tubular
Is
things.
it underground?
Yeah. And
That's
my,
what Elon Musk is trying to do.
My goodness gracious, the thing goes like 200 miles, 300 miles an hour. It's like a jet. I can just see disaster. right
Wasn't that
over
a trip you took right before COVID? You came back so sick with Michael.
We drove from San Francisco up to Eureka, yeah. And I had COVID before we knew it was.
Before we knew it was COVID, you came back so sick.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were sick before we knew what it
there.
was.
The problem is that California right now is underwater, so
And
everything
snow. See the
underneath
snowstorm?
underneath is flooded out, so it's going to take years. Can you imagine being droughted for 7 years and all of a sudden in 3 months you have too much water, you don't know what to do with it?
I was reading a story that there was a grandpa who got stranded in the snowstorm and he survived on, I guess, whatever was left. Maybe he had gone grocery shopping, he had croissants and candy, and he was drinking the water from the snow to survive.
Until he gets sick.
Oh, then they found him.
You ever seen snow? Well, I guess you guys in New York. If you use snow for one day, there's like black soot on the
Yeah,
top.
but if you're in a nice area, it stays white for a while.
It just was fresh falling, I guess.
I
And
went,
he
I
just
went to
got.
Yonkers. It wasn't white anymore.
Do you ever wonder how the name Yonkers got its name?
Now I got a question. You know how they were taking water from the Colorado River into California for the farmers and all that, and then the Colorado River now is turned into a stream. Why can't they take the same pipes that was bringing the water in one direction, shut it off, and put the water back in another direction and let it flood into the Colorado River?
Ecosystem.
I know, but the Colorado River needs water.
But the Colorado River has different ecosystems, so the different pHs and bacteria can kill all the rest of the animals.
You know, you take all the fun out of everything. Can you imagine? You got all this water, you don't have any use for it. You can't use it in farmland. You can't use it nowhere. You can't even put it out to sea because the beach erosion is killing the coast.
Look how much water we got out in the ocean. We can't use that.
Can't use it.
You can filter water out of
People
the ocean.
pee in it.
Vandernock was referred to as John Hare, young gentleman or young nobleman, by reason of his status in Holland, and these words evolved through the several changes to the Yonkers, Younkers, and then Yonkers came to be.
Yeah, I read about
So
it.
From young
Yonkers?
gentleman
Young gentlemen.
became Yonkers. Through, I
Yonkers.
guess, different dialects, and people, it's like that telephone game. You know, it starts one word, and by the time you get through the whole chain, it's a different name. That's how, I guess, Yonkers. His name was Young Gentleman, and now it's Yonkers.
Different nicknames, how we got nicknames from.
There's a
We could ask how Freddie names everybody.
there's a prison up in Yonkers,
Yeah,
or north of Yonkers, a maximum prison, right on the water on the Hudson.
yeah.
And Michelle worked there for a couple of years.
You said it's underwater?
It's on the Hudson, underwater.
That'd be cool.
Underwater. And this, you ever seen the movie Analyze This and Analyze That Part 2? You ever see that movie with the famous actor? They filmed it there. She was there when they filmed it. And it's funny, and it's a famous movie. it's funny you say these things because I didn't know anything about north of the Bronx
Yeah.
until we had the travel team and we had to go to all these little towns to play their best.
The top 10 best jails in prison in Yonkers.
Wow.
Imagine calling them the top 10 best.
What's the for number one?
In Yonkers.
In Yonkers,
What's the maximum? The one?
Prison Gap,
No, that ain't it. Next.
Bergen County Jail,
Next.
Westchester County Jail,
Next.
ITI Bergen County Prison,
Next.
State Prison Services,
No.
Angel of Mercy.
That's not the name of the prisons.
That's what they're saying. County Administrative Department Jail Annex. Those are the top 10 jails and prisons in
So
Yonkers.
it's gotta be Norfolk. Is Sing Sing prison still being used?
I don't think so.
What?
Ask my
Sing
or.
Sing.
What's up?
Sing
Is Sing
Sing.
Sing still in use? Alcatraz is not.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it
that
is.
I know.
When did it stop?
Alcatraz?
Yeah.
It shut down when the guys escaped. Remember the Birdman?
Escape from Alcatraz? Ever been to San Francisco?
No.
When we go, you can go over to Alcatraz and we'll see that.
Who is it?
I thought Alcatraz was down here,
No.
like by Cuba kind of thing.
No.
No, you're
That's
thinking
Guantanamo
about-
Bay?
Yeah,
Oh,
which is still in
that one's.
They
still
wanted to
there.
close
Okay.
that.
Alcatraz, California. And it's a really cool system.
Sing Sing is in Hunter, Austin. Yeah, this is the one that Michelle worked at.
And Sing Sing?
in Sing
What'd
Sing.
she do?
She worked for the warden. She was in the secretary for the warden. And then I went to get her one day and I said, okay, that's it. You got to find another job because I'm going to tell you, it was some of the worst criminals in the world were put in Sing Sing. So that's where she worked. That's what I'm saying. Sing Sing is ringing a bell. She worked in Osney, New York.
Osney.
That's another place.
All right, ready to wrap this up? And that is
You got
your
it.
morning conversation
Hold
from
on.
the Brew Crew. One more thing?
Yeah, because we were talking about jail cells. I wanted to show you the comparison. Well, not the comparison, but a jail cell in another country. Because
forget
ours
about it.
here are not jail. Well, they're actually jail cells, but they're supposed to be retreatments to help people. But
For like a
What you find, the one in
But
South,
Sweden is like this.
that's what Sweden looks like.
Jesus.
This is literally a college dorm.
That would probably
Yeah.
be good to go to jail. You get 3 squares in that.
But
You do a cartwheel.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
Now, do you have the one from South America, the super jail they just came out with? Have
It's
you seen
just a
this?
Super
room with a
jail.
hole in the floor?
The super jail in South America. I think it's in
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I don't know where, but it's in South America. Well, they got 60,000 prisoners in this thing. The worst of the worst. You only wear shorts. You don't have shoes.
And
They
again-
trim your hair, and there are 10 people in the cell packed together.
we're all
Oh.
the same. We're all just
El
humans.
Salvador?
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's the difference between these people locked up and us?
Mindset.
They think that their system works because they rehabilitate people. You go to South America where some of these drug lords, did you see in the news how they killed those 2 people? The drug lords killed those 2 people
In Mexico?
in Mexico, and now they want to kill the killers because whoever the drug
They
lord
messed up.
says, you messed up and you took it out on innocent
The
lives.
drug
and you're
lords
gonna pay.
apologized.
Exactly.
How amazing is that? The drug lords are like, we're so sorry. Our people killed the wrong people, but they fully admitted who they are and what they do for a
They send a
living.
check to the families, made them instant millionaires. And the U.S. government is very upset because there's some kind of treaty where they'll let them do their thing and we're allowed to do art. You know, policing at that level is a business. You're not going to stop the crime. It's just not going to. There's what they allow and what they don't allow. The problem with marijuana was there was no tax.
We're gonna go sit and talk.
So taxing marijuana now has made it legal because the government's getting something in return. So anyway, to be continued. That is our
Morning.
Creative Tuesday.
Talk
of
to
the
me
week.
Tuesday. All right, stay tuned. See what else
It's
we got
amazing how all these guys know criminals.
coming out of the studio. We got Meta Lifestyle Magazine show today at 3 o'clock. See what else comes out. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. We'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't